What's up? Kenny here again, of course, with another exciting leadership vlog. Alright, so this time, we're gonna go ahead and jump into it. We're gonna be looking at my October leadership experience. What exactly did I learn this October? Well, it was through the Leadership Fellows, scavenger hunt, through Washington, D.C. My October leadership experience came in an unexpected place during the Washington, D.C. Great Leadership Hunt. It wasn't at any of the museums or from any performances, but instead it came from a small trailer parked in the center of the National Mall. It was a veterinary exploration center, if you will, which I believe was targeted for younger children. It was filled with interactive puzzles and TV programs and films. I felt childish entering into the small trailer, almost like I didn't belong. There were several what seemed to be elementary schoolers running around my legs, pulling handles on the walls, laughing and giggling at the simplest pictures of animals with fun facts. Slowly, I scooted past them to the center of the trailer, to an interactive tablet-like table, and I began to fiddle around. Dumbfounded by this new technology, I immediately became lost and felt old, out of date. I could relate to my grandparents. I swiped at the screen vigorously, trying to activate it, and then finally, a dog popped up. Apparently, he was sick and I had to figure out what was wrong with him. I pursued the problem, relying on my 13.5 plus years of schooling. Little did I know that nothing would actually prepare me for what would come next. After doing several tasks, the dog had to undergo surgery. My hands grew cold and shaky as I grasped the metal incision instrument and cut into the animal. The pixel dog just laid there, his eyes closed, and he allowed me to begin operating on him. Step by step, I began to treat the dog. Finally, I found the problem. He had eaten a Christmas ornament. With great pleasure, step by step, slowly, I got the ornament out of the dog, and he stood up and began yipping and doing some sort of weird electronic dance. Well, without much hesitation, my face, it lit up with joy. I had solved the children's interactive program. As soon as I realized this, as soon as I found out that this was meant for children, I began to feel foolish again. That is when a little old man approached me. He was in a veterinary scrub-like uniform and calmly began talking to me, saying, "Isn't it funny how much we can learn from a simple little interactive doohickey?" He began to chuckle. I looked up at him, nodded, and said, "Yup, sure is." And I began to laugh along with him. That is when I finally realized the learning is never going to stop. Because, well, the world will never stop. As leadership theories continue to develop, as they continue to mold and go on with the new times, I will have to keep up with them. I have to remember that I am never too good for the basics, and that sometimes they're the most important pieces to solving a larger puzzle. We must continue on, even when feeling foolish, to achieve success, to save that little dog's life. When times get tough, and we seem like we don't belong in a place, perhaps that is when we are the most needed after all. So, from a little tiny trailer in the middle of the National Mall, a veterinary taught me perhaps the greatest lesson I have earned this month. That we should not give up. That we should always strive to learn new things. Because as the world continues to develop and change, we cannot slow down and give up. We cannot. We have to continue on. We have to push and strive to be the very best. Thank you. Now, I hope you all have a great, lovely November. I'll talk to you again soon. This has been Kenny Daniel, signing off.